It is a Taylor Swift concert weekend here in Singapore, and she's set to make the whole economy a shimmer.
At Singapore National Stadium, Travis Kelce and his friends were finally able to fill the void that had been left by Taylor Swift's Eras Tour. An NFL player named Travis Kelce surprised a music superstar named Taylor Swift while she was performing in Singapore as part of her Whirlwind Tour. In the process of writing their own love story, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce are occasionally capturing moments to be each other's best cheerleaders. Recently, Kelce traveled across continents to be with his leading lady in a performance that was very similar to an earlier one. As part of their efforts to show their support for Taylor Swift, who is currently on the Whirlwind Eras Tour, the Kansas City Chiefs recently traveled to Singapore. Fans, including Taylor Swift, were taken aback when the NFL star and his friend made an appearance high above the Singapore National Stadium. It appeared as though Travis was not believing what he was hearing when the chant of Travis, "Oh my God," rang out in the stands. This occurred before the cheers of the crowd made their appearance. Although he was a little taken aback, he made sure to give the Swifties a wave and a high five before leaving. The three-time Super Bowl champion wore a stylish outfit consisting of a white t-shirt and patterned pants. He showed off his impeccable sense of style. As is customary, Travis is accompanied by his closest friends, his boss Travis and Harry Clark, who not only attended the year tour in Singapore but also made an appearance there. Kelce, who makes it seem as though he is having a wonderful time on his vacation following the Super Bowl, is currently in his lover phase and is not shy about expressing his love for Swift. The NFL superstar traveled to Singapore to show his support for Taylor during his last two shows in the country, despite the fact that he had a very busy schedule. Friends and acts of entertainment were present to accompany him. Not only was it a reunion of lovers, but it was also said that Travis was extremely concerned about the health of his girlfriend. As a result, he immediately put all of his work on hold and sat on a plane for more than 12 hours in order to take care of her. Kelce expressed his affection for Swift once more in public when he traveled across the Pacific Ocean to Singapore in order to be there for the tour that lasted for an entire year and to show his support for his girlfriend. Beginning earlier this week, individuals who are aware of Kelce's travel plans made the initial suggestion that he would travel to Singapore in order to witness the performance of the anti-hero singer. In late February, Kelce and Swift had their most recent encounter in Sydney, Australia. Kelce will be accompanying Swift on her Eras Tour for the second time since the conclusion of his NFL season on February 11, 2024, when the Chiefs won the Super Bowl. This will be the second time that Kelce has joined Swift on her tour. Fans, who have been following the Swift-Kelce romance quite closely ever since they made their relationship public in the fall of last year, were overjoyed to see Kelce's reaction when she saw the cruel singer perform in Sydney. Swifties were equally ecstatic to see him wearing a friendship bracelet, a trend that has become popular among Swift's fans. Additionally, Swifties were thrilled to see him attending one of Swift's concerts at Accor Stadium in Sydney with his friend Ross Travis. It was also reported that Kelce was seen going on a date with Swift at the Sydney Zoo. Kelce mentioned that his trip to the zoo was one of his favorite parts of his trip to Sydney in a recent episode of the New Heights podcast, which he and his brother co-host together. The fact that Kelce went to Singapore appears to be evidence of the effort that the couple is reportedly putting into their relationship by traveling there. According to a source who wishes to remain anonymous and who is familiar with the Swift-Kelce relationship, Kelce and Swift continue to work things out despite the fact that they both have extensive schedules. According to a source who spoke with me, Kelce is making the most of his time off during the off-season by trying to provide as much support as he can to Taylor. In Singapore, the 9th of March will mark the conclusion of Taylor Swift's performance there. Over the course of the next month, Taylor Swift will have the opportunity to relax and spend more time with her boyfriend, Travis Kelce. April will see the announcement of a new album, and May will see the beginning of her Eras Tour in Europe. It is now official that Travis Kelce is within his Swiftie era. In the same way that Swift was seen cheering on the athlete at a number of games during the 2024 NFL season, Kelce went on the road to show her support for the pop star at her Eras Tour shows. After attending one of Swift's shows in Kansas City in July 2023, Kelce made a public declaration that he had a crush on Swift. This was the beginning of their relationship, which began with the tour that featured music from Swift's entire discography. The relationship between the two individuals was first brought to light in September of 2023, when Swift went to watch her first Kansas City Chiefs game. On the other hand, she later disclosed that she and Kelce started dating not too long after the conclusion of her tour in Missouri. To my great satisfaction, we were able to keep a sizable portion of our time to ourselves, which is something I am thankful for. As a result of the fact that we became acquainted with one another, she revealed in the cover story for the December 2023 issue of Time magazine. When I went to that first game, we had already become a couple by that point. I believe that there are some individuals who believe that if they witnessed our first date at that game, they would decide that we would never be psychotic enough to go on a first date. A source told me in February 2024 that Kelce would be accompanying Taylor on her tour and traveling with her after Super Bowl 58. This information was provided to me in an exclusive capacity. The insider also stated that they are content and eagerly anticipating the opportunity to spend more time together. In the end, the Chiefs were victorious over the San Francisco 49ers, thereby achieving their second consecutive victory in the Super Bowl. During Swift's Kansas City Eras Tour show, Kelce made an effort to attract Swift's attention by presenting her with a friendship bracelet that featured his phone number. This was done prior to the two of them beginning a romantic relationship. My disappointment stems from the fact that she does not engage in conversation either before or after her performances. This is because she must conserve her voice for the 44 songs that she sings. This was something that he discussed on an episode of the New Heights podcast that he and his brother Jason Kelce were producing at the time. So, I was a little bit hurt I didn't get to hand her one of the bracelets I made for her. Travis continued. It was kind of disappointing the fact that she did not want to meet me, or at the very least, she does not mean anyone, caused me to take it personally. On the other hand, it was an incredible show. Swift stated in an interview with Time magazine in December 2023 that she began hanging out with Travis after he very adorably criticized me on his podcast, which I found to be extremely metal. Travis took advantage of a break in his football schedule to travel to Buenos Aires for his second tour concert, which took place 2 months after the publicity surrounding their relationship became public. Swift surprised the audience and her fans by changing the lyrics to her final song, Karma from Guy on the Screen, which was a reference to her ex-boyfriend Joe Alwyn, to Guy on the Chiefs. This change occurred during the show's conclusion. Using social media, fans were able to capture Travis's reaction to the lyrics, which was then announced. An affectionate shove was given to Travis Swift by Taylor Swift's father, Scott Swift, before the latter covered his face with his hands and blushed. Additionally, a passionate kiss between the couple was captured on camera. Travis shared his thoughts on his Argentina Eras Tour experience on the New Heights podcast not long after the show, which took place backstage after the performance. Travis stated that he was still surprised by the change in the Karma lyrics, despite the fact that he admitted to having some pre-existing knowledge about the matter. I thought to myself, oh, she really just said that before. After that, he apologized for leaving Scott hanging while he was attempting to give him a high five during the song that took place at the end of the show. My apologies, Mr. Swift, you are a big guy. I never miss a high five, too. Big high five guy, Travis said. I never miss a high five. For an event, it is the most electrifying thing that you could possibly do. Immediately after the Chiefs' victory in Super Bowl 58, Travis traveled to Sydney to perform the second leg of Swift's Australia Era Tour shows. When Travis was at Accor Stadium for the first of her 4 nights there, he wore a number of friendship bracelets while hanging out in a VIP tent with other celebrities who were also there, including Rita Ora, Tao Yi, and Katy Perry. Additionally, he was observed walking around with his friend and fellow football player Travis with the intention of handing out guitar picks to fans. Throughout the performance, Taylor showed her boyfriend a number of affectionate nods, which she did for her boyfriend. While she was singing the Willow lyric, "That's my man," she pointed to Travis and sang the Long Live line, "When they gave us our trophies." In addition, she repeated her Karma lyric change. It appears that the later shout-out was a reference to both Travis's victory in the Super Bowl and her victories at the Grammy Awards earlier in that current month. Additionally, the two were seen kissing and hugging each other behind the scenes, just like they did in Argentina. Due to the fact that the crowds in Australia are so enthusiastic about attending her performances, Taylor enjoys performing there a great deal. In an episode of the New Heights podcast, Travis reflected on his time spent in Australia. A shout-out goes out to Australia for turning up and putting on a show. Kelce, Travis, it was earlier this week that he garnered attention for wearing friendship bracelets that paid tribute to Taylor Swift at the press conference that his brother Jason Kelce held to celebrate his retirement. Fans have pointed out that there may have been an additional significant nod to Swift as well as an Easter egg hidden in his outfit, which the majority of people initially failed to notice. A number of fans pointed out that Kelce's top featured the same colors as the cover art for her Tortured Poet department. Previously, Kelce mentioned that she had actually listened to a portion of the album. During the press conference for the Super Bowl that took place a month ago, the player for the Kansas City Chiefs stated, "I have heard some of it, what a shocking revelation. When she finally drops, I can't wait for her to make a splash and shake things up in the world. It is all that. We appreciate you watching.